Shalom, welcome to 6 by 6. 6 days a week, 6 minutes, and you'll learn an idea from the Lubavitcher Rebbe. And we were just talking about how that one of the ideas that Moses didn't answer for himself. We gave the basic answer, why did Moses marry a non-Jewish woman, even though she converted, and even though he was a Kohen. But it was all before the giving of the Torah, and Zimri was after the giving of the Torah. And this is an idea also, but Moshe didn't answer, we said, because he's humble, number one. Number two, he was concerning the matter. And the Rebbe learns a beautiful idea from this, is sometimes you don't have to answer every question. Some people ask questions, and they just want to say, yeah, but what? For example, oh yeah, you say there's a guy, what about the Holocaust? What, the Holocaust bothers you? I mean, it should bother everybody. On the other hand, that's the reason you're not going to the synagogue, and that's why you're not doing Torah and the mitzvahs. That's not the reason. You're just trying to justify your actions of not being too Jewish. But okay, what about the Holocaust or things like that? But that's not a real justification. That's not what's really bothering you. So I said I had a personal story that, Lubavitchers go on mitzvah mobiles. This is when I was younger. Everybody knows I'm 29 years old. But in any case, long time ago, and I was with my friend. And there was a person starting arguing. We were told, don't argue with people, put the tefillin on, talk about a mitzvah, give the woman lighting candles, give her a few free candles so she'll start lighting the candles. But don't start arguing with people because arguments go on forever. And exactly what did happen with my friend. I saw him just arguing a long time with this person. I wasn't listening to well, I was busy myself. But I just, all right, just forget it. I tried to give him a little shtuck, a poke. Hey, stop talking to me. He's not going to do anything. Well, in any case, he did talk. And I just said, afterwards, you really shouldn't wasted your time on him. You see it in there. Some people just like arguing just for argument's sake, and they're not really getting into it. So, all right. A few days later, we go back to our headquarters where our yeshiva was, which was 770 Eastern Parkway, the headquarters of Lubavitch. And my friend comes over to me. It's a big place. And he comes over to me. Come here. Be quiet. And just come over with me. He says, all right. What's up? So he says, look who's davening. His house is over his head. And he's crying. And he's praying. All right, you pray. People are there praying all over the place. But he's crying, this person. He says, look at him. That's the guy I was arguing with at the mitzvah tank. I says, darn it, you're right. That's the same person. So he says, should I go over to him? I don't want to embarrass him. You say, ha, you were wrong, you were a schmo. I mean, you don't say those words to anybody. But in any case, maybe even your presence will show, you'll be embarrassed. So that's what just shows you that, in a way, maybe I was wrong. I said, don't argue, it'll get you nowhere. But sometimes arguing, people do have questions. And if they have legitimate questions, of course you do answer them. But just like I say, I'm not going to do it. They tell me how the Holocaust happened. I mean, it's a legitimate question, of course. But if that's just an excuse, like I say, not for inaction, that's an improper attitude. So that's the answer, so to speak. It's just that sometimes you have an argument against you, like the Zimri and Moses was quiet. And sometimes just saying, let's just do a mitzvah. Let's just sit down and do the right thing. And that's a good idea. Now, the final session, we're going to talk about how it relates to the previous Rebbe and in Yud Beis Tammuz, and we'll talk about it next.